morning. Today is Wednesday. I was going to say Tuesday, but it's Wednesday. This day is, this year is getting by me. But today is Kimberly Hopkins' birthday, so Kimberly gets a song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kimberly. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope you have a great day. Denise and I didn't walk today. We didn't get the big snowstorm like we were supposed to get the other day. We did get about 2 or 3 inches of snow, but we got more of a rainy, sleety kind of a mix, ice and stuff. And my subdivision is a young subdivision, but it's a lazy subdivision because nobody shovels their snow. Jim, 71 years old, went out, shoveled the snow, the little bit there was. Across the street, 25. No, he's waiting for the sun to melt it. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But anyway, it's a little too icy and we didn't want to slip and fall. And so, I've just been doing stuff around in the house. And getting very frustrated. Not going to turn to food frustrated. It's just like I am not the least bit tech savvy. I have tried so many things. I've tried going on my computer here, my main desk computer, to try to fix on my the About page on me. It says that my post office box is 55. I downsized from that box because when I first got it, I got way too big of a box because I found out that if things don't fit in the box, they just give you a little slip, and then you can go up to the counter and then they give you all your mail that didn't fit in the box, and it was like almost $25 or $30 cheaper than the one I had. So I switched to my new post office box, which is 31. I do put it in the description box every day, but sometimes people go to the About page and they see it, and then it's been so long since I switched it over that they're just going to send it back to you if you do send it to me. So I went on the main computer trying to fix that. My computer is so old. I've had this computer. It's old. I need to replace it. I know I need to replace it. But it is, I bought it in 2005. Okay, come on, Sandy, get with the program. No wonder it's not working. So I can't get it to change it. I'm going to figure out something. I will figure something out and get that done. But then I started putting up my Christmas decorations, and Jim and I had both said we were going to scale back. I did scale back. I probably, it's ridiculous. My kids even tell me how ridiculous it is. I probably have about 30 containers, 30 containers of Christmas stuff. And that's not even counting the tree. The tree's in its own little bag Jim keeps downstairs. But I downsized this year, believe it or not, I really did. And I didn't put up 6 of the tubs, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it was quite the accomplishment for me. So I was really proud of myself. And then Jim said he wasn't going to decorate outside, because he said he wasn't going to do it because we're downsizing this year. And I said, okay. So he went and he found, we have some Christmas wreaths that go around our porch lights on the garage. So he says, I'm just going to put those up. And I said, that'll be fine. So he put those up, and then he comes in and he said, I think I'm going to put up the snowman and the Santa Claus. We've had the snowman and the Santa Claus since we got, not since we got married. It was my mother's, and then my mother gave it to us like in 75 or 76 when we, it was in 76 when we moved from our flat. We had an upper flat. We moved from our upper flat to a house that we were renting. And so my mother had given them to me because she wasn't going to put them out anymore. And so we've had them since 1976, but they've been in front of my family home since 1960. So once again, if it still works, why get rid of it, is my motto. So he comes back in, so he had the snowman and the Santa Claus. And what I find very ironic is now with the retro stuff, it's coming back in style. If you go to Lowe's and stuff like that, you can see them. So when I go for my walk tomorrow, I'll film them and show them to you. So then he put those snowmen out, and so then I was just sitting here looking at my birds out the window, and this big bird came by, which was Jim, with the string and the lights. So he put all the lights outside. Well, I thought, okay, it's not just me. But anyway, to not being tech savvy, is we bought last year smart plugs that we plugged in so that everything will just turn on, because I have a lot that turns, like we had to go and turn. So now I have it all set up on these smart plugs. And what I did last year, which I'm not going to do this year because I'm having a problem with them, slowly, but I'm fixing them, is I'm going to just leave them plugged in. And because now I have to reprogram them, and that's where I'm running into the problem. And I was able to reprogram the fireplace one, which lights up the Christmas tree, and the TV lamp that we have on when we have the TV, because I have my village there, that turns on. I got my vestibule to turn on. I got my dining room table, because I decorate the dining room table, I got that to turn on. I got my nativity set to turn on. But now I can't get my other little village to turn on and my china cabinet in the kitchen to turn on. So I worked at it all afternoon, walked away, because that's what I have to do, because I told you I have no patience. So I walked away, I went back again, and was able to reprogram the china cabinet one. So I got that one working. But now the one little village table I can't get working. So I walked away from that. So I'm just waiting to see if they turn on. Then I programmed them all, and so we're going to see at 4:35 tonight if they turn on. So hopefully they will turn on at 4:35. We will see. But I'm just, my son-in-law would come over and do it, but he's the manager of Boston Market, and although they do get tested, he doesn't test that much. He usually tests the employees and stuff, and they don't have that many tests. I think they do them once a week or something like that. Whereas Jimmy does the testing on his job site, and for some reason they have enough that they do it every day. So Jimmy gets tested every day, and he's in charge of testing the people on the job site. There's not that many people on the job site working. I think he said there's 3. So maybe that's why they have enough for the kits. That's the one reason in which I do like that I can see Jimmy every week, is because I know he's being tested continually. But like I said, Aaron would have come over. I know he would have. But I'm trying to be responsible, you know. And even Jim mentioned the other day, he says, I got a feeling we're not going to do our Eve of Christmas Eve, which is a tradition that we do, which I'll talk about that another day. But that is one of our traditions, is the Eve of Christmas Eve dinner. And I'll tell you how that all started in another video, because I have a different story for today. Today I was going to share the story of Jim and I, our very first Christmas as a married couple, and our first Christmas tree, which was sad. It was just very sad. Jim and I got married, and Jim was drafted in 1969. And he was very fortunate. He never had to go to Vietnam, but he traveled all around it. He got transferred from base to base and all that to the Army. He was in the Army. And at one point, I was so mad at him, he volunteered to be I guess like the people are doing with the vaccine, he volunteered to be a guinea pig for different agents and stuff that they were using and testing out, you know, for the war, for the Vietnam War. And it wasn't until 1985, I think it was, when they were doing a study. And one of the things that they were testing was Agent Orange. Jim was in the placebo group, so but he got an all-expense-paid trip to, where did he go? Somewhere in New Mexico. It was Albuquerque? I think it was Albuquerque, New Mexico. That they went for a week, and they did tests on him and stuff like that, just to see if there was any effects of the thing. And then it turned out that he was part of the placebo group, so thankfully that worked out that way. But anyway, Jim got out of the service on June 24th, and we got married on July 2nd of 1971. Jim did not have a job when he got out of the service. He didn't have anything lined up. He had no prospects lined up. I was working part-time at a fruit market. I think I was making $1.75 an hour, which back then wasn't too bad. But I mean, it wasn't minimum wage, but it was good enough, I guess. That's my favorite saying, good enough. And the reason we set the date was because when we got engaged on Valentine's Day in February the year before, in 1970. And we had set up everything, because we had high aspects that he was going to have a job when he got out of the thing. And we had everything all lined up. And how our parents still let us get married, even though neither one of us had the 2 sticks between us. So when we got married, a friend of mine's mother was going to rent out her upper flat, which used to be the part of the family home, but they fixed it up so that it was separate, so it would be like an upper flat. and which is apartment, I guess. We only had to pay, I think it was $110 a month, which, you know, like you're only making $1.75 and you're only working 20 hours. Because I was going to college at the same time too. So that's why I was only working part-time, because I was going to college and then working part-time. And we didn't have anything, nothing. It was a 2-bedroom flat that had a living room, a dining room, a kitchen, obviously, a bathroom, and the 2 bedrooms. And Jim's parents had old furniture in the basement that we used as our living room furniture. I had the TV that I had got for my 16th birthday. We bought a bed with our wedding money, and we used TV stands that we got as wedding gifts as our nightstands. We had Jim's dresser from when he was in a kid or whatever, when he was growing up. And we used the lamps that he made in 7th grade shop, were our night light, you know, our lamps on either side of the bed. And we put the TV on top of the dresser. And we used a card table that we got as a wedding gift as our kitchen table, and then we bought a stove and refrigerator used. I think we paid $50 for the both of them. So we didn't have any money, none. Jim finally did get a job like in September or October, and so our first Christmas we didn't have any money. We just didn't. We knew we weren't going to have a lot of money to spend on each other, or even to buy a Christmas tree. We couldn't even afford to go buy a real Christmas tree because it was ridiculous how poor we were. And which, you know what, now I appreciate everything we have because we were started off so poor. But Jim's mother had this really dinky little Charlie Brown Christmas tree that it was sad. It was just sad. It was too big to put on a table, but it was too small to be impressive in a window. It was just really, really sad. And we had this cat. It was the only cat we ever had that Jim liked. His name was Donald. He was a pure white cat and had blue eyes. It was a beautiful cat. And it was the smartest little cat you ever knew. It was just, you could throw a ball and say fetch, and it would run and get the ball and bring it back and drop it at your feet. It just did that all the time. You could tell it to sit, it would sit. It wasn't one of these obstinate cats, because if I ever come back, I want to be a cat. Because, you know, they don't care. Whatever. That's their motto. That's a cat's motto. If they could, like, lift up their paw, they would go, oh, whatever. That's just what they do. So that's what I want to come back as a cat. But anyway, this cat was just really a spectacular cat, if I have to say so myself. He lived a long time, too. But anyway, I'm getting back to my tree. So we put the tree, when I had come home from work, because I worked in the fruit market, they had like apple boxes, which were pretty sturdy, but, you know, obviously they're sturdier if you got stuff in it, but we didn't think of that, because, you know, that would have been too easy to think of that. And so we put the 3 apple boxes, and then we took duct tape to tape it all around so that they would be, you know, like they wouldn't slide, so that they'd all be together. So we taped it all like that. And then we put the tree skirt on top of it, and then we put the tree in the window. And it looked impressive then. It did look impressive. And we put our lights on it, and the whole time the cat was just sitting there watching us, the whole time. Just, you know, like, okay, you know, that's something new in the house. You know, what am I going to do with that? And we got it all decorated. One of our traditions, which we still do to this day, is when we decorate the tree, we turn all the lights off and we just have the lights that we're going to string to light up the room, and we play Christmas music. So we were doing that. And we drink hot chocolate. We drink hot chocolate too. And so we were doing that. We got the tree all strung, and then we get it all done, and we just sat there looking at the tree. It was so nice, you know. It was, you know, and we watched a couple Christmas movies, and then we went to bed. And we were sound asleep, and we heard this loud crash. So we go into the living room, and the cat had knocked the tree over and was playing with the bulbs with his paws. And we were just so annoyed with the cat at that point. And so we took the cat, put him in the other room, put the tree back up, redecorated it. No Christmas music this time, but we just redecorated it, got it all back, set it up on the thing again, and went back to bed. And heard the tree crash down again. Well, this time we knew the cat had knocked it down again. So we decided we're not even going to get up. In the morning, we'll figure out what we're going to do. Obviously, sitting it up on the apple boxes is not working. So we'll figure out something else. So we got up in the morning, and we decided to go out to breakfast. We have no money, but we're going to go out to breakfast. Because you can get, like, back then, you could get, like, the early bird special for, like, $1 or 50 cents, something like that. Like, you got a couple eggs and some toast and a cup of coffee or something. So we decided we were going to do that to treat ourselves since we did the Christmas and we saved money on the Christmas tree that we didn't buy. And so when we come home, we couldn't find the cat. And we thought, no, I take that back. Before we left, we set the tree up. That was it. We set the tree up again, but we didn't put it on the apple boxes. We just set it on the floor. It was like, we'll figure out what we're going to do when we get back. So we just left it sitting on the floor. And then when we got back, we opened up the door, and the cat, you know, like we're looking, the cat usually runs to the door to meet us, and the cat didn't come to the door, and we're thinking, where's Donald? We're going, here, kitty, 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 kitty. Why do we name cats? They don't come to their names. Like a dog, if you say, here, Donald, the dog will come. But if you go, here, doggy, 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 it's still going to come. But if you call a cat, here, Donald, whatever, call me by kitty, kitty, and I'll come. So we're going, here, kitty, 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 kitty. And so finally the cat did come around, we thought, and it wasn't the cat. And I thought, well, what is that? And it was just something that was blowing from the vent. The heat vent had blown something like a white tissue paper or something. And we come around the corner where the tree is, and here's the cat sitting on top of the tree like he's a tree topper. How he got up there, I have no idea, but the cat was up on the treetop. So we took him down off the tree and just re-straightened the tree, and then we went and did whatever we had to do. And then we come back in the living room, and that damn cat's back up on the tree as a tree topper. So we never put the tree up on anything higher. We left it sitting on the floor, our little sad, little pathetic, little Charlie Brown tree. And every night that cat would climb up that tree and sit on the top of the tree. I don't know why. I just don't know why. I think he just liked looking down and going, this is my kingdom. I rule all. That's the only thing I can think of. But anyway, I wanted to thank everybody. I did get some suggestions from Linda Hughes, Barbara Kingman, Teresa May, Zenda Morris, Rosie Muro, Susanna WW Journey, Ann Goodman, and Carol Johnson. That gave me some ideas for some stories. And so I will be sharing some stories later on in the week. So I'll show you what I'm going to eat today. And I'm going to end the video now after I show you my food. I'm feeling very confident. I'm staying on track. I'm feeling like I'm really got this handled. I think I really have it handled this month even. And I am going to do well this month. I just have a feeling I'm going to do well this month. Once again, don't know why, just know it. So I'll give you the spiel. I'll give you the spiel right now. Like, comment, subscribe, share. And tune in tomorrow and we'll see what story I'll share tomorrow. I'll find something, I'm sure. Thank you for the suggestions, though. I so appreciate it. Well, I almost forgot to mention that Barbara Pask has a channel, and she's reached her 500 subscriber threshold, rather. And so she's going to do a giveaway on her channel. She does beautiful, beautiful paintings. And she's going to give away some pictures for her 500 subscribers. So check the link down below and go over to her channel, subscribe, and put your name in to win the prize. Well, breakfast, we're going to have some fruit and oatmeal and a half of a banana and an egg. Today is Wednesday, December 2nd. Started my day with a prayer. My quote is, don't be sad because you're not there yet. Be happy because you're getting closer every day. It's a 5-point breakfast, 5 points for my half a cup of dry oatmeal, plus a quarter cup of milk, and 0 for my berries, banana, and my egg, and my tea. I forgot to put the egg on there. Oh well, I'll add that. Let's go eat. I forgot to show you my lunch. I had a sugar-free pudding and a cheese stick and some water for 5 points. But my dinner is 14 points, 3 points for half a cup of cottage cheese, 0 for my salad, which has tomatoes, cucumbers, spinach, chicken, my iced tea, and my pineapple. 4 points for an ounce of provolone cheese, 2 points for 2 tablespoons of feta cheese, and 3 points for my 2 tablespoons of Olive Garden dressing, and 2 points for my Naan bread. So I used one of my weeklies.